ship has joined the fleet.
Thank you, Ensign. Leviathan Command, you are cleared to fire the portal beam. Once the wormhole is open, order all ships to enter.
Affirmative, Admiral. Message to all ships. Prepare for entry. Maintain battle formation timer.
Yeah, I don't know why they're trying to be Star Wars right now. Because I guess it's because it's the final part of the trilogy. So Richard Studios wanted to go off with a bang to show that the stakes were as high as ever. Also, y'all remember about Dark Samus' space pirate buddies? This is why the Galactic Federation is with us right now. To distract them. Yeah, we have a Leviathan with us. It won't be used for very much, unfortunately. We could help the forces here. In fact, I'm pretty sure, or in the original design, you were probably going to have to participate in this fight to some extent. But, of course, the idea of controlling Samus' ship was squashed early in development, so ship missiles ended up kind of useless. Like, I've never used ship missiles once for defeating enemies. The enemies that didn't require me to defeat them by using the ship missiles. That's how pathetic they are. Anyway, our ship is still scanned. We can check out this area over here. Yeah, massive tentacles grow from deep within the planet's surface. They appear semi-sentient. And new doors that we can scan, but they're too far. Yeah, it's all interesting, but let's take our first step on this planet. First couple of steps. Huh, what's going on, Samus? You seem to be reacting to something. Oh no, getting more corrupted because this whole planet is phazon? Oh, seems it's game over because we're going to reach 100% very, very soon. Well, there's one last thing we can do before that happens. We can vent our energy tanks. That sounds like a bad idea, but what it does is that it makes it so that now we have a time limit. A time limit to survive on the planet. My energy will be right up there right now, and what it would show is me getting a yellow bar, which is my new energy, basically. Due to critical levels of internal phazon corruption, the emergency vent override has been triggered by the PED suit. All acquired energy tanks have been vented to temporarily prevent total corruption. Hypermode weapons no longer require the extinguishing of an energy tank to use because we're permanently in hypermode, yeah! Unfortunately, this vent override can no longer be used. Damage, as well as exposure to phase atmosphere, will continue to raise your phazon level. Oh, right, the yellow bar is empty, but if it fills up to the full extent of your energy tanks that were available, you will die. Or get corrupted, specifically. Also, if you scan your ship, gunship no longer identifies you as Samus due to near total corruption. So you can't leave the planet. It's a nifty, immersive way to what they did there to explain why you can't go back to your ship. Can I scan this door? Yeah, it goes into the logbook. So yeah, we're on a time limit, and there are a bunch of new species here. Gel sacks, stuff like that. You want to destroy stuff to be able to get some phazon energy that allows you to prevent total corruption somehow, even though it's phazon, and you absorb even more of it. Oh gosh, these creatures. Don't get hit too often is all I can say. You're in hyper mode forever, so you're pretty damn overpowered. This is the second organic mass where you will have to use the hyper grapple on it, but it doesn't matter anymore. You're in hyper mode forever. You already had the grapple voltage. What difference would it have made if we hadn't gotten an extra power up to make up for the difference of the fact that we're in hyper mode now? Seriously. Anyway, phase as a final area is very interesting because it works well, in my opinion. It works very well. I had to morph ball here because if I didn't, I'd gotten stuck on those tentacles. Can I identify them? Well, yeah, but they don't go into as an entry. Boom. Destroy it. Yeah. Actually, this is a good time to always use the hyper missiles. Because they're not like bad anymore. Okay, when you're fighting these silly creatures, you want to always send your energy into them to get rid of phazon stuff that you're corrupting yourself with because of time. So if you can grapple them, and send your energy into them. That reduces your yellow bar, even though I can't show it because I have visor at nothing. If you try to absorb energy out of them, well, guess what? You're increasing your corruption even more. And that's bad. Very, very bad. Gosh, this platforming segment lasts longer than expected. Ooh, almost fell right there. That would have been bad. Would have wasted quite a bit of time. And we don't have time to waste right now. In hyper mode, this is definitely a challenging area. Particularly the final boss. Well, the first phase anyway. I can't imagine someone doing hyper mode difficulty phase with the minimum amount of energy tanks. Which is only one, I think. I'm sure it's possible to some people. Oh, this thing. This thing absorbs the phazon out of you, but once it's absorbed enough of it, it will expel it out of you, or into you, and it'll deal even more damage. But you can use those things to actually help you survive if you want. Can you use the this beam? Yes, you can. And you can still insta-kill these creatures. Doesn't make much sense considering we're using phazon beam, but whatever. Whatever works. The explosion caused by the gel sack is huge. You really want to keep your distance if you don't want to get damaged. Oh, hey. Metroid hoppers. Also these things. These things that we have to destroy. That was phase 1. Oh wow, this stuff is gone. There were tangleweeds. I want to identify them once I was done, but I have to do it while fighting the enemies. Yep. Yeah, of course you're gonna go hyper mode. Oh, brat. Ow. Come on. One more. Done. They're all dead. Sweet energy that prevents total corruption. And we're gonna do this one more time. This thing's gonna absorb a phazon. And once it starts flashing blue like that, you want to get rid of it. Doing the same thing. Thank you very much. And we're done with this place. Bye. Oh, don't get absorbed. Ah, it got me. Sometimes it gets you, sometimes it doesn't. Just use Hyper Ball to get rid of it. Don't have a chance to identify the creature anymore. I don't think you can. It's an interesting creature to be sure, because it's the only time you'll ever see it. You know what? Energy absorption from Metroids doesn't make a whole lot of sense where you're on phase. Because, you know, you're getting slowly corrupted. Why would they absorb energy out of you? If they did, it should be lowering your corruption, right? And we're supposed to go over here. Hit the things that pop out. Damage the door, which you can identify as a creature. Except no, you can't. It's weird, actually. Hey, come on, I hit you. Yeah, once you've dealt enough damage, it explodes. Oh gosh, this place. It's a gauntlet. Gotta fight a whole bunch of hopping thingamajigs. Phazon hoppers. Literally a lot of them. At least 3 at once at all times, basically. Use missiles. They're very effective. Yeah, the problem is that some of them land on you. To say it's annoying is an understatement. Are we done yet? No, not quite. There. Metroids? No, these things. Well, guess what? These things are useful for reducing your corruption. Hey, come back here. You know what? I guess I'll show the visor. See? You see the yellow bar slowly rising? It's quite hard to tell because this is SD, but that's what it looks like. Oh, this spot. Is this the spot? Yes! This creature! Bioform species unknown. Mouth interior appears vulnerable. Damage it to the grip. This creature is very fun because it's a unique design that you don't see anywhere else. Also, it's kind of hard to escape from it, but it is possible. I think in hyper mode it's nearly impossible, unless you start firing immediately and always fire perfectly. Gotta go over here. Not even wasting any time, because I think I've scanned everything I could scan. Well, except for the final area, which coincidentally enough is right over here. So get rid of the Metroids. There's also going to be some gel sacks. If you look carefully, you can see Metroid Prime's corpse. Identical to the bioform you encountered within the crater of Talon 4. Seal is covering a lower chamber. Phazon is emanating from below. A strong explosion could damage it. A strong explosion from this thing? So, we're not playing Metroid Prime 3, the original, not the trilogy re-release, which is what we're playing right now. But this thing right here is what would be shown... trying to get it right now. This thing right here, it's moving around. This is a Leviathan infant. Leviathan in early development phazon within is highly unstable. I want to read up on it. Leviathans are the children of phase. They are bioforms that begin life deep within the planet, inside the base of a serpentine organ that serves as a womb. The Leviathan will remain here, feeding on an endless supply of phazon until it has developed its own phazon core. The developed core marks the Leviathan's transition to adolescence and its departure from the womb. The serpentine organ moves the adolescent from deep inside phase and releases it closer to the planet's surface. Here, the bioform will continue to grow and mature beneath its older siblings. As time passes and the older ones are launched into space, the Leviathan will slowly make its way to the planet's surface. It is here that the Leviathan will reach full maturity. Once phase has located a planetary target to corrupt, it will launch the Leviathan into space. So it's Lavos, basically. The Leviathan is capable of interstellar travel, creating wormholes in space to expedite the journey. Instinctively, it homes in on its planetary target. Shortly after impact, the bioform dies, leaving its armored shell to protect the phazon core. Before it dies, the bioform often attracts and enthralls a large local predator. After mutating it through intense phazon exposure, it compels the creature to protect the core. The core then begins to seep into the planet, replacing the local ecosystem with one based on phazon. And that's the truth of Metroid Prime. So yeah, I'm damaging that thing right now, but the Metroids in this area are set to protect the creature. Nice try. Oh no, the infant is gone. Whatever will I do? Well, I'm gonna go over here, I guess. Oh god, these gel sacks are so annoying. Now it's on this side, so, you know. So many freaking enemies in the way. Are you dead yet? No, I went to the other side once again. Don't fall to the bottom. It's gonna hurt, like, a lot. Not insta kill, of course, but you won't like being hurt so often. This whole thing is a Leviathan, you know, a Leviathan seed. I think it is. It really looks like it, doesn't it? Wow, this is not hit targets. Ah! Well, it destroyed it the moment it grabbed me. Also, the Leviathan moved to the other side once again. Time to die. It's got so much health for an infant. Ah! Yeah. Metroids can't really latch onto you now, can they? And moved on to the other side again. Jeez. I have a ton of time, like seriously, but 2 gel sacks at once? Are you kidding me? Die. I've got more energy than I remembered. Or maybe this phase just lasts longer than I remembered. I'll get rid of the Metroids first this time. Or as I used to do. Did it? Oh, it already moved to the other side. Wow. And the platform's gone. I've got to use this one. It's safer to use this one. There we go. And our reward for beating it is a bunch of Metroids escaping from this place down there. And one last check at the husk. Metroid Prime husk. I don't know why the husk is there, to be honest. Like, did Dark Samus try to return to her original form of Metroid Prime? Or was this a new Metroid Prime that was created for this planet but was then replaced eventually? Like, to explain it better, maybe Phase was originally a natural planet, and eventually at some point the Metroid Prime of this planet left its shell and became a creature of phazon forever. Something like that. I don't know. I never really wanted to think about it, because I never bothered and never saw the shell myself. By the way, it's final boss time. You get a checkpoint for reaching this place. So if you lose, don't restart the game. You'll restart before this fight. Or just at the beginning of the fight. The thing is that you restart with 0 damage, quote unquote. So if you're really, really corrupted right now, you might as well just lose immediately so you can start with full health. Anyway, in hyper mode difficulty, this is definitely the coolest fight of the franchise so far, anyway. it actually makes you use the hyper missiles based on the layout and stuff. Dodging is really difficult and challenging, but not too frustrating, and it's just straight up fun. So yeah, it takes multiple shots to defeat those things, but one hyper missile isn't enough apparently. Whoops. I'm pretty sure one hyper missile can break it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't break this one. It's really dead. So yeah, the thing about this fight is that it's quite challenging in hyper mode. Unfortunately, we're in veteran mode, and veteran just isn't. Dark Samus just doesn't have that much health, and she doesn't deal that much damage either. Those pillars, they're supposed to block your shots, but they also block her shots. So if you want to remove them, feel free, but there is a cost for it. I think part of the reason why this fight is so cool is that the developers could make it with hyper mode in mind 100% of the time. In other fights, they had to assume that you wouldn't always use hyper mode. Okay, for here, it seems as though you want to guess which is the true Dark Samus, except she hasn't done anything yet of that sort. She's just restoring her health. But she'll start doing something real nifty real quick. Real cool. It's real cool. But yeah, she restores her energy. That means you actually have to rush to damage her. In speedruns, you'll definitely actually rush to get rid of her as quickly as possible. Also, shockwave attack. What a surprise. We've dealt enough damage. Yeah, she can create a clone. You can tell the clone is fake based on what the visor looks like. See, there's no light coming from it. You can also tell by doing this which one is the real one. But the clone still deals quite a bit of damage, and if you don't destroy in time, she combines with it and becomes invincible. At least temporarily. Ow, charge attack. You generally, if you're playing casually, you probably want to get rid of the clones first. Otherwise, if you're speedrunning, you want to deal as much damage as quickly as possible to Dark Samus. You get a healthy amount of pickups during this fight. Not so much that you're always invincible, but not so little that you always feel that you're gonna win. You know, with no risk whatsoever. To find a proper one, you're supposed to use the X-ray. If you let Dark Samus alone too long, she's gonna laugh about how much health she's recovered. See, that's what another thing about the pickups, why they're so fair, because she restores her health too. So it's only fair that you can restore your health. Yeah, now she's got 3 clones. You know what? I'm gonna leave the clones alone. Just to show how dangerous Dark Samus is when you do that. So yeah, combined with all 2 of them. Now she's got 2 orbs around her. And now she does this attack. Damn it. Yep, give me the pickups. And then she does this attack. This attack is so goofy. Dancing with the Stars, I don't know, but it's such a goofy attack. I don't know what the hell it's supposed to represent, but it is creepy and unsettling, but also goofy at the same time. It's also very hard to dodge it because you have no ability to lock on anymore. But yeah, generally you don't want to leave Dark Samus with 2 clones out in the open. Destroy the clones as quickly as possible. Okay, that's the way you're going over there. Destroy this one real quick, and then target her. Oh guys, I guess she always laughs when you actually stop her from healing anymore. Oh yeah, this is an attack she does when she's got only 1 clone. I think you're supposed to morph ball. Or destroy the clone, really. Hello? Since when did you get that ability, huh, Dark Samus? Not done yet? More clones? Damn it, I'm flipping destroyed. She's not weak to missiles anymore, unfortunately. Or maybe it's just that it's hyper mode missiles and that doesn't count. What you gonna do? Yeah. That's it. You're all out of tricks. You're done. Game over. Game over, man. Game over. Of course, I always hit the fake ones when I don't check. She doesn't restore her health that quickly, in case you're wondering. But it's still something. Some people will definitely hate it the first time they see it. The fact that she can restore her health. And she's still not done. Wow. But I'm pretty sure we're in the last phase. The last phase of this planet. Which is called phase. Yeah, just decide to finish off Dark Samus. Forget the clone. Oh my, the aura unit that was stupidly foreshadowed and was totally not obvious. There were trailers before this game was released, Metroid Prime 3, not the trilogy, where they basically showed the AUs and people were getting hyped up for a 3D mother brain fight. This is not quite a 3D mother brain fight, and you know what? That's fine. It's just, the problem is that Dark Samus in Hyper Mode is really entertaining and cool as a boss fight. This is not bad on its own, but it's not worthy of the final boss. It's just not the same level of difficulty. You get way too many pickups here, and it's way too easy to deal with the boss. You see all the mini missile pickups I'm getting? Not to mention all the energies? Part of the problem is that this boss isn't good at dealing damage. Its attacks are way too easy to dodge, and again, you get too many pickups. It's also much slower paced, and therefore much more boring. If you hit that thing that keeps popping out, you will be able to stun the aura unit real quick, like immediately. Oh, also, more Dark Samus clones. Guess what? They drop huge amounts of health. Yeah, I think the aura unit might be trying to restore its health while this is happening. I don't think so. I don't remember the aura unit being able to restore its health. I suck at hitting the aura unit's weak points, by the way. Sorry about that. I almost hit the thing. Yeah, I got it. Gotta hit it some more. Then, gotta grapple. Ah! You're exposed, Dark Samus. I think that's supposed to be Dark Samus, because it merged with the aura unit. No side. So yeah, this eye laser beam attack, you don't even have to jump. You really don't even have to jump. That's how easy it is to dodge that thing. Don't know what hit me. Maybe it was the aftermath of the laser beam attack, somehow. These Dark Samus clones, they're easier to deal with than the ones in the actual Dark Samus fight. They're really there to refill your health, really. Same thing with the tentacles popping out of the Aurora unit. So yeah, overall, a slow-paced boss fight that is fine on its own, just not worthy of final boss material. Like even the Emperor Aim and the Metroid Prime from the previous two games were better. Damn it, I keep missing. I wish I could just hit the machinery that keeps popping out. That thing basically stuns the Aurora unit right away. You can destroy the Dark Samus almost right away if you aim well. Why do I keep not hitting the weak point? It's so obvious. I keep aiming directly towards it, but the armor is too good. I almost hit that thing. If you hit that thing, you stun the mother brain wannabe immediately, and that's good. There, direct hit. I'm at full health right now, by the way. With all of the picks I've gotten, it's quite clear. There we go, stunned it again. Enough. I think it's at 50% health now. Maybe 33%. Yeah, I should use normal power shots to... Oh yeah, new attack. Hit targets to make them explode. There's quite a few, but it's... They drop power-ups too, so again, you're recovering too much health for it to matter. Hitting that robot is so satisfying, like seriously. Yeah, see, I got rid of one of the Dark Samuses right away. And the other ones are grievously wounded. Wow. It can do that? Huh? I've never seen these clones do that. Where is it? Oh, it's gone. Yeah, it did disappear for some time. Not you. What? It went through the floor. Thing. Yeah, it did disappear for some time. Yay. Maybe I should just focus on one of the things. Or maybe I know I hit the machine thing. And now this is way too far, so I'm going to fall over here. Dealt enough damage. Good. This is definitely the final part. The final part of this fight. This is way too long. Yeah, if you leave the tentacles alone for too long, they shoot something. But it's, even that attack's not that dangerous. Oh, come on. Stop loose balling all over the place. Oh, this one too? Whatever. Pretty sure I can... Yeah, I can attack them, but it doesn't do much. Or it does. Where's the other one? Gone, I guess. Yay, we're done. Game over, buddy. You're finished. Time for you to die. Once and for all. Just kidding. There's a final phase. But the final phase is more interesting than the second one that it lasts way too long because there are no more pickups after the bunch that we got right here. So if you can't easily defeat your unit from now on, you're gonna be in trouble. These lasers are also much more challenging to dodge than the ones from before. And thank goodness, too. Oh, yeah, also it does this. But once again, I have to mention, there are no more pickups. Attack the weak point for massive damage. Also, as a final bonus, the phase doesn't last nearly as long as the previous one. But if you know what you're doing, and if you're not on hyper mode difficulty, this is easy. Like, it's only difficult in hyper mode difficulty because I feel you're under pressure. Your health is constantly draining and everything's dealing tons of damage. So it's easy to lose your cool, which is what happened the first time I did hyper mode difficulty against this card. Stun. Destroy. Yeah, that was easy. But again, veteran mode and I'm quite experienced. Metroid Prime 3 complete, the trilogy complete. There's only one game left to cover. Oh, we're dead, by the way. Because, you know, fully corrupted or something like that. Oh my. Something wrong, Dark Samus? Yeah, it's over. And now that Dark Samus is dead, all Phazon is dead. Or at least our Phazon signature, because she was the one who corrupted us. If only we had done this before we had to kill our friends. You know, Gandrada, Gore, and Rundus. Would have been cool to have an escape sequence right here, but we're not getting any such thing.
Sir, we have confirmed unstable energy spikes in multiple locations on the planet.
It's a chain reaction. It's accelerating. The planet's going to explode. Order the fleet to disengage and prepare to retreat. Activate the Leviathan's warp field. Get us out of here.
I think there was supposed to be a dam just before Admiral Dane said his lines. I can't remember for sure, but there was definitely a dam that was edited out of this version of the game. And yet, Valhalla was left uncensored. Weird. And oh yeah, the last Leviathan seed, gone. Phazon is no more. Until Metroid Prime 4, probably. You know, it's gonna reveal, oh, that wasn't the true source of Phazon. There's something else. Or who knows, maybe it's just Silex and Metroids.
Damage reports coming in. We've lost 37% of the fleet. Half of the surviving ships are reporting heavy casualties.
Sir, we've confirmed the wormhole has disappeared. All the Leviathans are gone. The crisis is over.
What about Samus?
Negative, sir. No contact.
Sir, receiving a transmission from Samus's ship.
Yep, we're done. Time for a nice, well-earned break. Just kidding. We're going to Other M. We're finishing off with the worst. Okay, this is special ending number 1. So if you didn't get even this special ending, then the ending you got was probably really abrupt. No, wait, this is not special ending number 1. This is the actual, like, post-ending ending. So it's not special, you're gonna get it no matter what. So yeah, Samus cared about these guys. Even though it was only for like a moment, they were her friends when they were defending Norian. Yes, even the one that basically teased her and was kind of, you know, arrogant. Wow, did the game seriously remember that there was an energy there? No, I think that was just... It's just a cutscene, but you know, would have been cool. Anyway, yeah, I think the Samus model was a nice compromise. Not the best one, I still prefer Prime 1's this type of look, but... The Samus model is a nice compromise compared to the ugliness of the Metroid Prime 2 model. Huh. Okay, I guess we're going immediately to the credit sequence. In Prime 3, we would have gotten to the second ending. Fair enough, fair enough. I don't particularly mind. Just, we've seen this before, so we're gonna skip it. Oh, the music is really, really nice, though. I guess I'll let it play.
With the death of the planet Phase, Samus Aran's arduous fight against Phazon has ended. However, in the vast regions of space, this victory is just a twinkle of a star, spreading the light of hope through the darkness.
I want to say that voice right there was Aurora Unit 242's voice. You know, without the mechanical and monotone. If she had sounded like that the entire game, the non-mechanical voice, I would have tolerated a lot more. Like, I wasn't pissy about it while playing, but I'm sure it grated on a lot of people to listen to the Aurora Unit. But of course, some people they don't care about how the voice sounds. They mostly care about the fact that their hand was being held, you know? They were being guided the entire game and they didn't have a choice about it. But story-wise, it makes sense to be aided the entire time. You're working with the Federation. But of course, then some people would say, well, the game shouldn't have been designed this way. Okay. For those wondering about the special effect going on here, with the weird tentacles and stuff and the blotches of blue things, that's the effect that happens when you're about to be corrupted. And you know, you're in hyper mode and your energy is at full, and you have to expel the phazon real quick. This is what you're going to be seeing while you're being corrupted. It's only for like a 3 seconds before it's too late and it's game over, but you know, it's the same effect. So we're getting the 100% ending now? Yeah, now we're getting it. This is Salak's ship for Metroid Prime Hunters. A lot of people thought this was supposed to be Dark Samus's ship for some reason. No, it's Salak's ship because if you played Hunters, you know that's what his ship looks like. But that plot thread hasn't paid off in years now. Over 10 already, in fact. I'm pretty sure, though, that ending was actually just supposed to be acknowledgement of Metroid Prime Hunters to show that, hey, we acknowledge that Metroid Prime Hunters exist, and the hunters in that game, they hate Samus and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, this game only took me 8 hours and 46 minutes to beat. That's shorter than Prime 2, longer than Prime 1. Sounds about right, too. Anyway, that's it. That's it. Metroid Prime Trilogy over. Hope you've all enjoyed this and all have a nice day. Next time, join me for the worst game in the franchise, even to this day. Yes, it is the worst game. There's no arguing about it. Anyway, bye-bye.